time I turn around, that pussy ass nigga in Detroit got something to say. MoneyBoy trade this, MoneyBoy trade that. Nigga, what's up? You don't want no smoke, bitch ass nigga. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Extended clip, hold a honey. Trap lag, gotta jump in. 2 for 1, Tim Duncan. Back and forth, fiend comment. Blue faces out honey. Paper chasing, bitch, I run it. I'm a star, I'm a comment. Dripping sauce while I'm stunning. 000, comma. Cape Coast in Guyana. 3 bitches whipping thick as shit. Politicking, kicking in the sun up. State game, beating Hunter. Stupid loud marijuana. Louis Miller, born and raised, got it off the blade, hustling on the corner. Shades, Dolce and Gabbana. President, the shit Obama. Country thug, JJ, MoneyBoy trade, niggas got a problem. Pussy niggas used to rob them. Kept a 38 revolver. Got a problem solver. Red diamond like the Cardinal. 100 rounds in my arsenal. Treat her up like a hostel. I got shooters on the roster. Dreadhead nigga roster. Real deal, no imposter. Legendary, I'm a rockstar. Real deal, no imposter. Legendary, I'm a rockstar. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey.
1 clock, 2 shots. They dead like 2 bad. I'm old school like a 2 I'm in the kitchen working 2
Let's get it.
Gucci linen on my ass. I ride designer like a mother. These niggas hit you like some fall. I'm smoking cone on walk. Nigga self-made, a nigga boss. Nigga 10,000, that's a boss.
Come on.
Petty little figure, Kenny Lofty. My middle name should be Caution. My trap boy, when it's a option.
What you want, nigga?
For that word, they paying around.
What you need,
They
nigga?
Gucci, but I'm young and handsome. Couldn't call like Rap Samson. A lot of niggas acting feminine. This man a chick, her name Cinnamon. Feeling like I wanna learn. Like Mike Kelson, all about the Benjamin. Multiplying like a gremlin. Sub-Zero about to finish him. Got no tape, people murder plots, what the judge said. When he sentenced him, it was one of me, about 10 of him. Keep a party pet like Eminem. Me and Joe was kinda similar. We be something like a synonym. Motivation like a head coach. Put on your back like a dead rope. Boss got a DB everywhere, but I'm going in, I'm talking that quote.
I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Drummer. Circle small, period. First to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Circle small, period. First to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Started in a rumor house. Popular in Montgomery, that was back in 03, breaking down the whole beat. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you I'm a OG. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you what he sold me. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Out of space high, all day I'm in the nosebleed. 24/7, hit the bag, count the proceeds. Said she ain't to please and she proceed to get on both knees. Told her keep her pussy, all I wanna deep throat clean. Rolling up hot boxes, sweating to the OD. On an all-nighter full of road, getting no sleep. In and out of town on the road, paying 4 weeks. Plug with the plug, that deal price is so cheap. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Don't get tan bag, hot as hell, watching for the police. See me in the streets, no, nigga, you don't know me. Circle small, period. Fresh to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round and stealing clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Circle small, period. Fresh to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round and stealing clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip.
Serving after crack, I feel like Jesus on that trap again. There's an eagle in my lap, double clip that's rapping fat. I don't need no church, I'm in the booth, I'm about to test the fact. In the jungle pumping weight, nothing like an exercise. Headed to the Rose Bowl, about to rock the stadium. Tripping soldiers like a boss, they asking what I pay for them. Shoot and kill for real, we kinda penetrate your cranium. Police never gave a fuck, that's why we always blaming them. Nigga with an attitude, feel like Dr. Dre and them. I don't fuck with suckers, I don't trust them, I don't play with them. Hit them from the back, I hit the door cause I don't lay with them. Always ready to stop by, niggas bout they face and skin. Bands on me, now we doing donuts in the Lambo, plenty gun, plenty ammo, gotta get it, cause this man no money power. When I step up, going around like a tornado, gotta plug you from Barbados, eating good, stay with
Circle small, period. Fresh to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round and stealing clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Circle small, period. Fresh to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round and stealing clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. State gang, the mob, true sippers, we in too deep. Money boy, money boy, money boy, trade. Money boy, money boy, money boy, trade. Money boy, money boy, money boy, trade. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on head. These niggas talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my friend. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on head. These niggas talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my friend. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. It's a go 10 and 4, it's a bed. On the ground, about to cook me a jet. Niggas mad when I stun and I flip. With precision, I'm gripping the jet. Burn a brain while I'm gripping the net. No dealings, I just want some test. I'm a dog, it's a shame on my mess. Go hard and shout out to my ex. Play if I move it on to the net. I done Brooklyn, course I was the net. I'm shining, I'm blessed. Like a thick in that rhythm, I'm fresh. VIP talking shit with some jet. Take it simple, we yank it the mix. High fiving with guys in it. No ego, my life is the shit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Them niggas talking, but they not a threat. VVS diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my friend. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Them niggas talking, but they not a threat. VVS diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my friend. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. I get it, I'm gon' pull off in a hurry. First you track, I sit into my stripping. No time to kick it, I'm busy, I'm working. I just suspended, I'm still out here serving. 30s and green, bitch, that's the lane. Pulling up train, form machine. Infrared beam, carbon 15. Money boy trade, fly with no wing. My bottoms is red, robbers is green. Hold on my body, I feel like a dream. Go to one center, course I watch a game. Real rich and wild, but up for the team. Fuck your opinion, that's all that I strain. I was 14 when I had a dream. Dollar sign, go for the green. Pop me a bean. Swaggin', I'm fresh and I'm clean. Feeling like Jordan, I'm wearing Supreme. Rolling up, smoking Supreme. Infrared beam. Carbon 15. Precise like a surgeon, I won't miss a thing. 24/7, I'm fly with no wings, bitch. So cold, but I'm so hot.
Dope boys.
I'm up in the trap, I'm dope boy.
With them knives.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm about an 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water water's hot. Mix it up a little, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking order. Left hand 360, motor to a lot. Blue hollow tips, got switches on the clock. State game, true sippers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says long at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1,200 strong, 4 pounds to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some nice gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day's a sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rain, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you some go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the Fitbit. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Cop it, cook it, whip it, ship it till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, oh, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm true geek, walked in by myself but left with 2 freaks. Fool me, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bust it like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I let my lover choose it. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Y'all see the title. I don't know why it's not in blue anymore. I had to fix it after the live. But yeah, Benji AdSense did an interview with Queen of Kings' mom. It's very, very interesting from the few parts that I've heard. I'm gonna go and say she ain't shit because she kind of threw her daughter under. Well, now I am gonna say she threw her daughter under the bus. She was disrespectful when she said she got another child who is successful in real life, comparing her to Rose. That's some fucked up shit to say. Because it seems that both of the kids are more successful than the mom. But she apparently has written a book and she's been clout chasing off her daughter's name. I don't know how to feel about that. I am a capitalist, but I mean, damn, you're a parent. Like, damn, you couldn't stand out on your own. Because if your daughter wasn't an internet sensation, whichever one is successful in real life, you wouldn't be writing a book about that. You wouldn't be able to get the fame off whatever the other daughter does in real life. Apparently, it's a normal thing. Maybe she's a doctor, lawyer, or something, but it's normal. You can't capitalize off this. But you got a daughter with 1 million followers on one platform, and then she got sizable followings on all the other social media she does. Yeah, you can capitalize off of that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, as I said, label her an ain't shit mother once again. So here on Benji AdSense channel, I'm gonna fix the title at the end of the video, so all you gotta do is click his name in blue. Let's go.
No, girl. Besides having just anxiety, does Rose have a mental disorder? Are you jealous of Rose's success?
No. What? For what? I'm a real estate broker now. I live in an amazing community. I'm just trying to show you. I have a Mercedes truck. Just what? I'm successful too. That's where she got it from. Listen, sweetheart. Listen. Let me fix this. Not only do not live good.
That's what makes them hate you right there.
Well, not only do I, and they gonna talk about me touching my hair.
Is it all natural?
She's showing her ass.
All natural.
Granny is showing her ass. Now Rose is, what's her Rose, 29? Granny's showing her ass.
Not no surgery.
You know anything about these people saying that?
And I mean, she literally was showing her ass. She was poking it out for the camera. Like, is that all women have to offer is asses? Because that's what a good portion of them are leading with nowadays when you go to their social media. It's ass first and then hair. Once you see the ass first, then they want you to see the baby hairs.
Along with her, you know, or knowing about her being with other men with money and stuff like that?
Oh, I heard about that.
Janarda, I would love for Rose to come and just give her side of the story, how she feels too. Like, Janarda, what do you hope people gain from reading your book?
I didn't have this. What's her name? Janarda Makusa.
Hi.
Hey, pretty lady.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I know that you're a very busy businesswoman. You're a realtor with your own business, so I truly appreciate you taking the time out to speak with me this evening.
Yes, of course. a couple conversations, and it seems like you were, on the up and up. And as long as you're not too dramified, I don't like all of that.
When I talked to you,
He did a lot.
I can tell that you're a little bit apprehensive, but all is well. All's going to go well. So last night after I got off the phone with you, I purchased the Kindle version of your book, which was titled Breaking Cycles. It was a quick read, so I was able to finish it within a couple of hours. I would say between I started reading it before I went to sleep last night, and then by lunchtime today, I was done with it. And all I can say
100 pages?
Wow. It was an emotional roller coaster. I was intrigued. I wanted to know more because I felt like you, for whatever reason, omitted a lot out of the book. And maybe that was to protect people, to not disrespect anyone. But I felt like, and I'm pretty sure anyone who reads this book, and I suggest that you all go out and purchase the book, especially the Kindle version. It's only $3.99. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to pin a comment to this video so that people can go and actually purchase the book. Yeah. And it really will give everyone an insight as to, let me just start here. Before we get into the story, let's address the big elephant in the room. You are the mother of Rose, and she is a very popular YouTuber here on YouTube with over 1 million subscribers. Yes. And for one reason or another, people love to tune into Rose to see what she's going to do next.
Yeah. And Rose was actually included in the book. Rose was included in the book, believe it or not, more than the other kids.
And I know that you don't want to bash anyone or anything, but a large portion of your story has to do with abuse that was caused by the hands of your ex-husband, who just so happens to be Rose's father. Although I know that the abuse did not start, the cycle did not start with him. That was just a large portion of.
You're right. Like, that's why it's called Breaking Cycles. A story of breaking cycles of abuse is because abuse comes in cycles. So it started a little bit before that.
She's gonna be a life coach next.
That type of person preys on vulnerable. I feel like that, and statistics show that type of person, abusive person, preys on people that are vulnerable.
Now, I wanted to read excerpts from the book, but some of the abuse was so bad that I think I'm not about to get demonetized by reading that. So I'm not gonna read it.
Good morning. No, say good morning again. You carry me in cracker.
Good morning, Mark.
Why the hell do you keep doxing me, Terry?
So somebody,
I'm gonna put in the damn privacy complaint. I woke up to another one, but they're technically not privacy complaints. They let me know somebody trying to, but just because they say. Well, you remember last night I was pointing out how they just did it. I was saying I bet it was Dingleberry, and I pointed out they didn't do the first live because Dingleberry wasn't included in there. She was included in the second one, so they just sent the privacy. They're trying to do it on both versions now on the Zooms, but as I said, they ain't got a leg to stand on.
What I will say is that I think he got a song over there in OKT, like he is dead.
I heard he been playing my music more than his.
What did you do?
He made a song, but he don't play his shit. He play mine. Man, promo play the hell out of it, bro. I'm telling you.
My God.
Send me some more fans.
You need to. Hey, chat. Hey, both chat. Petticoat and MoneyBoy. But listen. See, but you don't be striking people. See, you be getting all these complaints in privacy and probably playing, and you don't do that. Why? I told you.
Because I like to promote, and they're just gonna give him something to gripe and complain about, and then all he gonna do is strike me and shit too. Everybody got time for that. We've been there, done that.
It's the breakfast for me.
Sour cream, onion chips, and a ribbit.
You know what? It's the eating habit for me. It's the eating habit. Now, what is going on with Baldy B over here? This woman.
Dingleberry?
No, I don't want to talk about
Who the hell is
Dingleberry.
Bald B? Oh, I thought that's who you talking about.
She got the type of face that you have to talk about at night in the dark.
Oh, I ain't even talking about. I'm good. Somebody said it, and then I guess if it applies, then they got to tell me who it is. Right now, they just letting me know, so it's anonymous. But they have to tell me who it is if I get to appeal it or if they actually hold it up. Anybody can make a privacy complaint. It doesn't mean that my video gonna have to come down or I'm gonna have to do anything to it, which is a waiting game.
Right.
I've seen 48 hours. That these people, I don't know what's wrong with them, truth. I thought they said they won and they was living a good life, so I don't understand why they keep reaching back. What's the problem? Don't they got shit in Dalton to talk about?
It be the winners for me that still be mad. That's what I'm trying to figure. How you win a woman, but you mad? Like, what's going on?
They're like, don't they got to save Dalton? Right? Very people are nuts. But whatever. Yeah, you play all the songs, G. I've enjoyed the free promo, sir. Enjoy it.
What song he playing?
I don't even know. I just had got a link saying your song playing right now. So knock yourself out.
Oh wow.
I didn't click the link because I don't care. Play that shit. They not gonna say he can't rap. I know that 100%. They may not say, it's not my preference, but they not gonna say he can't rap. They may say they don't like the beat, but they ain't gonna say he can't rap. So play this shit. Our promo is good promo.
I know that's right. We get it, baby. We get free promo all across the board.
So sorry. And it's
but this is the Queen of Kings mama on Binge AdSense channel.
Oh, it's the mama. It's the mama. Okay, the interview. Okay.
Yeah, the mama. She wrote a book, and he talking to her about it and all that stuff, but she done showed her ass literally already. She wanted to poke it out for the camera. She had to walk outside to show her bins in her house, and she was like, jealous of her for what? She get it from me.
Breaking because I can smile and I can be okay now because
gonna write a book now if she had
because I am a survivor now. I'm no longer a victim. So once you come out of being a victim and you become a survivor, you can smile. You can. I mean, I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm able to smile and I'm able to not cry when I actually talk about it. When I first wrote the book, I actually cried every time I even would write the book and talk about it. But that was back in 2021. So like I said, Rose hadn't even became a YouTube celebrity. She was on Instagram back then, and it wasn't quite as bad as it is now. Her being a little bit more famous, I think it's going to her head a little bit. And so she starts to treat other people a little bit more disrespectful, and she thinks that's okay. But moving past that my point is a lot of people thought that, she just wrote her book. That's why she's trying to come on Rose's page and everything. But I actually wrote my book in 2021, and I wrote it out. It was very passionate, and it was a lot.
And if I read it, I felt like this is very short. It's only like 87 pages. It's a quick read.
It ain't even 100.
But I felt like so much was missing that I wanted to talk to you about. This could have easily been a 250-page manuscript.
For sure.
Prior to you even meeting her father, there was a part where you talking about running away and stuff. I feel like you just completely glossed over that part. And that is where you started. And I'm like, what? I wanted to know what made you run away and all that. We're going to get into that. So first of all, Janarda, how many children do you actually have that you gave birth to?
4 girls and 2 boys.
4 girls and 2 boys.
Just say
and how
6?
old were you when you had your first child?
I got pregnant at 16.
At 16, okay. So it wasn't too bad because I was thinking I was like, she looks so young. I was like, when did she have her first kid? At 14 or something like that? So you were 16 when you had your first child. Yeah. Okay. Could you tell me a little about your childhood, where you were born, and that sort of thing? That could you start there?
Well, I was born in Ohio, but I moved to California when I was 2 years old. I was raised in California, in Los Angeles, in the music industry, actually. My mom worked for Motown Records. My stepdad was in a really major band back in the 80s and 70s, well, late 70s and 80s. It was, and even, I think it touched a portion of the quick 90s. But anyway, the group is called Switch, and you guys probably heard of the DeBarges. Well, those are the original DeBarges, which is Switch. And so my two little brothers is from that marriage my mom had with my stepdad. So I grew up in LA, Hollywood. My mom worked at Motown and the Glims and the, you know, but I was still sheltered a lot in the beginning. At, you know, my earlier years, my mom always made sure to shelter us. We didn't really see a lot. We only saw the good side of everything. So I was kind of like a happy-go-lucky kid.
You were born in Ohio.
Yes.
How was your relationship with your mother and father? How did you end up in California? Tell me about them and you and how you ended up in California.
Okay, so just to touch on that a little bit, the reason that the story is called Breaking Cycles, the story of breaking cycles of abuse, because it all started with my parents. My mother and my father had my sister was before me. So my mother had my sister at a really young age. She was only 16 years old. Then my mother had me when she was 19. So by the time my mother was 19 years old, she had 2 kids. So in that pattern, I actually had my kids the same. My first one at 16, and then my next one at 17, 18. So it's like really, it's a cycle for sure. And then my grandmother, she had her first kid. I think she was 14.
It don't have to be a cycle, though. There's nothing that says you have to get pregnant at the same age as your parents. You actually can control that part of breaking the cycle. You just use condoms. I would never say not to have sex. It's unrealistic. Birth control, condoms, those sort of things. It's okay for girls to be like, nah, you gotta wear a condom. They can say these things.
So just having kids young, falling in love. I guess that was just a cycle. That's the first part of it. So my mother had me young. Her and my father, it was during the time where my father went to the Army. And so him and my mom, they kind of started using, getting high, partying and all that type of stuff. It was at that time where I don't think they really knew the consequences of it. You know how right now everyone's like smoking weed, right? So what if 15 years from now, everybody that just smoked weed casually ended up being like addicted to weed or drugs, but it was really just started off as a party drug or, just a kicking it, type of situation. Well, that's what happened. Do you mind sharing what type of drugs were your parents participating in? I can't really talk about all of that because I feel like that's too private. But I feel like, during that time, the 70s, the 80s.
You could talk about the abuse and shit. That's not too private. But saying my parents was using heroin or coke or LSD, these party drugs back in the 70s, it ain't nothing about 3 of them. Coke, heroin, LSD.
The 60s, well, actually the 60s and the 70s, because by the time my mom had me, I don't think she was doing all of that. But before that, they were just partying and kicking it. But then my mom, when she got pregnant, she said her whole life changed because she was like, I have a child in me. So now it's time for me to get serious about life. And so she ended up leaving my father and moving us to California because she just felt like she wanted a new life for her kids. And if you know anything about Ohio, and especially Cleveland, it's not that much to offer there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I still have, some of my kids are still in Ohio, but Cleveland, it's only but so much. And my mom had big dreams and she had big aspirations. And, so she left my father and she moved me and my sister to California.
So your mom decided to take you and your sister, leave Cleveland and come to Los Angeles.
And I have to say one thing. Rose said on I just want to touch on this because I have to make sure I clarify this. Rose told everybody, oh, your mom used drugs. I mean, your mom sold drugs and this and that. I never saw my mom sell drugs. I don't even know where Rose got that from. Now, did my mom dip and dab and party? Pretty. She was very beautiful, pretty. She hung around the stars. She hung around her and my dad. They always hustled. And so, yeah, she kind of grew up fast, but never have I ever saw my mom selling drugs. So I don't know where Rose even got that from. I don't even know where that came from.
So how old were you when your mom took you and your sister from Cleveland to Los Angeles?
I was 2. I moved to LA when I was 2 years old. So I'm basically from California.
Right.
Cali.
So as I read the book, no worries. I'm a Cali boy too, so I definitely understand. I've lived in several states, but I was born in California. I'm a Cali boy. I've been all over the world, and Cali is my home.
Yeah.
Right now.
2, so she don't remember any of this. We have to just believe this is what's going on. She don't remember any of this shit. She was 2. She didn't say her daddy was bad. She said her daddy went to the army and the mama left because they was both on drugs. But then she went to California and hung out with the stars where I'm sure there were more drugs. But I be telling y'all, it be the women that be leaving. It be the women. But yeah, this is 2 years old is when she moved to California.
As I was reading your book, it seemed like you had an idyllic childhood. Like you talked about your mother meeting these 4 women, and they were like her best friends, and they like spoiled you and your sister. And you had this really good idyllic childhood growing up in Hollywood and stuff. But there was a point in the book, and this is where the abuse started, and you completely glossed over it. But I got the feeling that something happened in your home when you were like a preteen or a teen that caused you to start running away. I want you to tell me what your life was like at that moment, because this is when the cycle of abuse began.
Right, yeah. So once my mom moved me and my sister to California, she was really an amazing mom. Like I can say, like, as far as like showing us love, like she held us, she kissed us, like affection and love. Like she was a very, very loving mom. And I guess that the love that she showed made me like a happy, smiley, everyone always said, oh my gosh, she has such a big smile. Like I always was a bubbly type of kid, And so, my mom, she worked, she was a single mom. She wasn't doing nothing. She was walking the straight and narrow, just trying to raise her kids and make her money and do the right thing, And I got to give it to her. She tried and we had a good life. But then she met, her husband. She ended up marrying one of the guys from the group, from the band and everything. And I remember running home, like going to school in limousines and the kids running over to the limo, like, oh my God.
Are you referring to Jody?
Yeah. I'm really, I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm a really private person.
How you write a book, but you private?
This book. It was literally God. I felt like this is my purpose, to write the book. I didn't go through all that I went through in my younger years to not do nothing that made sense.
Everything your purpose. Why it couldn't be I just did it to get some money? Is nobody honest? It was your purpose to write an 87-page book, but then you say you private.
And help others, so that's why I wrote the book. But getting back to the story, we grew up and my mom worked, like I said, for Motown Records. I was able to meet Stevie Wonder, the Barges, the Jacksons, everybody basically. But she still sheltered us. It was just like everyone saw us was like, oh my God, Tiki Nada, because me and my sister, they said our names together, Tiki Nada, and they pinched our cheeks. So we was like,
Speaking of names, I do want to point out that you already know what I'm probably going to say. In the book, you changed the names. So in the book, you call yourself Kim, but as I told you last night on the phone, the cat is out the bag. Everybody knows these characters and who you're talking about.
That's true.
But I just want to clarify that for people who are reading the book and they're like, who is Kim? So you portray yourself in the book as Kim. But your mom is married to Jody from Switch. And during this time of the book, that's when things seem like you just kind of glossed over things. I'm like, wait a minute, something is wrong. Like she just went from this happy life and now all of a sudden she's a preteen and she's running away. Tell me what happened.
Well, my mom and my now stepdad, they got married and they had my 2 little brothers. It was wonderful at first, and then they ended up getting a divorce. Who would have ever thought that? But they had my 2 little brothers. They were together for many years and then they got divorced when I was about 14. So once they got divorced, they were going through problems from since I was 12 to 14. But make a long story short, they were divorced and I was living with my mom. And it was really hurtful for me because when they got divorced, it was like my stepdad was gone, and that was really the only dad I knew. You know, because my real dad was in Ohio, and I hadn't seen him since I was 2 years old. And come to find out, I have a great relationship with my real dad now, but my mom kind of kept me from my real dad, and he was looking for me. It's a long story. That's another book. But anyway, so and he actually off the drugs, amazing, counseling people that are on drugs, and I'm so proud of him and his love now.
What happened that made you start writing away?
What happened was So
good morning, everybody. Good morning.
So my mom started dating someone else, and he attempted to. So it was really touching for me when that happened. Actually, I'm uncomfortable even talking about it. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I want to cry.
That's why I started running away.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So when that happened, I it was.
Her and Rose, their tone of voice is very, very similar. You hear it? Do you hear the similarities in how they speak truth?
My granddaughter.
That don't mean you have to sound alike. Their voices are almost identical. No, y'all don't. Which one?
Everybody say, especially Destiny.
Well, I got to hear y'all. I have to hear y'all in conversation, talking to each other for like 5 minutes to see. But if I close my eyes, I couldn't tell the difference between her and Rose.
Oh, wow.
It was devastating for me. I said the guy that she was dating, he just stayed or came over or whatever, and he tried something with me, and it was devastating to my life because I was a good girl. I was virgin.
How old were you?
I was 14.
You were 14.
Mm-hmm. So when that happened, then I ended up having to, I ran away because I wasn't really sure how my mom was feeling about that situation with the guy at the time. I mean, I know now that she was not with it at all, but I saw her around him after that. And I think she was just trying to talk to him and see what was really going on. So it hurt me to see that.
Did you tell your mom? Did you tell her when it happened, or you just ran away?
I told her.
And what was her reaction?
It wasn't really it wasn't as caring as I would have liked it to be.
That was a big part of the book where I was just so confused. Like I was just like,
yeah, well, in the original,
what's going on?
So in the original book, I put that in there. Since I wrote it again, I just chose not to because it was a lot. I didn't want my mom to feel bad about that. You know,
it's not your fault, and it doesn't mean
I really care about people. Believe it or not, I'm not like other people. I'm not like some content creators, not you. You know, they don't care. They just care about that dollar. I actually care about people. So when I wrote it the first time, I wrote it out of passion, like I said in one of my videos on my page. But when I wrote it the third time, because I wrote it the third time, I actually was able to logically think it out, and I just didn't want anyone's feelings to be hurt because I got a lot of backlash from my family. When I wrote that book, I got hella backlash from my family.
You revised the book, but I feel like you revised it to a point to where there's like, come on now, like you've taken so much out. Like you've taken so much out, and it's okay to protect people, but
because honestly, to be real with you, I feel when I wrote it the first time, my family, some of the people, the closest people in my family was mad. And what's so crazy is when I wrote it, before I wrote it, this is what's deep. I went and took my family member out to breakfast, and I talked to them, and I said, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. Are you okay with it? They said, yeah, do it, do your thing. Like literally, they gave me their blessing. I said, I'm telling you this ahead of time because I want to know, is it okay? Because I said at breakfast, I said, I'm just gonna keep it real. I talked to my mom, and I said, if it's not okay, let me know, because if it's not, I'm not gonna do it. Well, when I did it, my mom and even my sister was like, I can't believe you did that. You put all that out there like that. And my sister had a breakdown. I don't know. I think I was getting a lot of attention when I first wrote the book. Like I was on radio stations. It was just blowing up. And I think my sister and she was probably like, what is, I feel like it was a little bit of, I don't want to use her hate, but I feel like.
So you were, out of respect for your mom and your sister, you revised the book.
Yeah, I took it off the shelf because see, when I wrote the book, I didn't really think about them. I only thought about them when I let my sister read the book before I put it out. I literally sent her the book, and she was cool with it. I let my mother, I told my mother about the book, and I told her I sent her the book, but she was like, oh, I'm cool with it. So her and my sister both were cool with it. And they were the closest people to me at the time. And when I put it out, my mom was actually very supportive of the book at first. Her friends from Motown, a couple of her little girls from Motown, and they was like, damn thing. And they still are supportive to this day. But and all due respect for my mom, because I do honor my mother, you know, I feel like my sister encouraged my mother to not to like. And
that situation happened to you when you were a teenager. Your mother divorces Jody from Switch. She gets with another guy. This guy tries something with you. You tell your mother, and it's not the reaction that you were hoping for. And so then you begin a series of like running.
But then I ran away. So I left the house after that attempt to. I left the house with some of my friends, and when I pulled up, I saw her talking to him outside. So I was like, I'm just running away. I can't deal with this. I was just too young, and I didn't know what to do. And
you were 14, right?
14 years old. I was just a baby. I feel like that's a baby. Now, that's a baby.
That's a baby.
Oh, that's a baby. That's a baby. Oh, poor little young Janelle. Yeah. So no, all jokes aside, I'm the type of person instead of crying, sometimes I do laugh or make jokes, you know, and I just make peace with everything. But so I did. When I seen that, I told my friend, keep going, and I left with no clothes.
Yeah.
So you know, I just actually spoke to my oldest son about that a couple days ago. He said, it's pretty interesting how you tell your story and you were the one that was hurt.
Right.
Everybody around you bash and attack you as if you never went through what you went through. It's your story. Like, even like, not all of my kids, you know, part of the reason I wrote the book was to help women, people like yourself that go through things and abuse, just to know you're not alone. Look at what I went through. And look, you know, and I came out of it. I'm a real estate broker. I'm a great friend to people that know me. I've never prostituted. I've never been on drugs. I've never been a stripper. And not to knock those things and those people, type of people, but I'm saying, like, people that go through what I went through, they be messed up in the head, you know?
How did you end up going back to Ohio? And how did you end up meeting your ex-husband, who is Rose's father?
Yeah. So
first of all, you had some kids in between there. So let's start there. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah, I sure did. So I ran away and I was living from pillar to post. Some of my friends in California, they were letting me like sleep at their house and stuff, and they felt really bad. They knew the situation and everything, and I was just on my own. I mean, I wasn't even really barely going to school. I was kind of going to school. You know, because school, I wasn't out of anger because I didn't really know what to do and I didn't want to go home. And I was really kind of lost for a little while. And so my mother, her play sister from Ohio, she came out here and to get me. I don't know if she just came to visit, but she definitely came to get me. And so she came and knocked on one of my friend's doors, and her mom said, and I love my friend. Her mom was way more lenient than my mom. My mom was actually strict. So in the beginning, she was strict, but you know, I don't know how that ended up happening. She felt comfortable enough to leave me with a stranger guy, I guess.
Really? The guy that tried something with you, did he try something with your sister as well?
No, just me. Yeah. Okay. So my sister wasn't there that day. I was there by myself. My sister wasn't even in the house. My mother had sent my sister to Ohio. So everything is in cycles. I'm telling you, that cycle thing is, you got to break the generational curse.
But you were living in the house with your mother and this new guy by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my sister wasn't even living there.
So you were running away, and one of your mother's played sisters,
which is like my auntie, she came out there and she knocked on my friend's mom's door, and my friend's mom came and talked to me. She said, so she knew what was up. She said, listen, I think this is the best thing for you, baby. You know, she hugged me. I cried. She said, I think you should go to Ohio. And Ohio was like, I hadn't been there since I was 2 years old. I didn't know what. We visited when I was 13. Actually, the year before that, we visited for like a couple weeks. Me, my mom, and my dad, my stepdad at the time, before they got divorced. And then, so I'm like, Ohio, that little country place we went to. No. So, but she said, I think it's better. You're going to be okay. So your dad, she said your dad is coming home because he had been in jail. And she was like, your dad's going to be coming home and he's going to, he wants to see you. So I said, okay. So I packed up and she took me and I went to Ohio when I was 14.
To Ohio, the plan was for you to stay with your dad, but that didn't work out because your father was in a relationship.
Yeah.
And the lady was a little bit older than your father.
Yeah.
And she had a lot of nice things, and you went to live with her and your father, but the lady wasn't having to be parts of it.
No, she straight told me. She said she was an OG. Like she was like one of them OG ladies. Like I'm talking about Gucci scarves, and I mean, like she was like diamonds, and when it came to material things, she was that chick, right? She owned townhome units, and hers was decked out with jacuzzi tubs. Like she was doing her thing, and I came over there like, okay, now this is nice, because my grandmother's house was at my dad's mom's house. It was a little different than that. Right. A little more hood, Sure. So, and I wasn't really kind of used to the hood as much, So I went over there. I'm like, okay, I think I can live here. And she told me they went shopping one day and they bought a whole bunch of different stuff and clothes and shoes. And I think my dad just bought me one pair of tennis shoes that day. I love those tennis shoes because my dad bought them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Their dad, And I was just happy to be with my dad, my real dad. So yeah, and that's one of the reasons that I didn't want to take my kids from their father, because I know how important it was. Remember
how finish the story.
So anyway, going back to that. So I walked in the room, they had clothes and everything everywhere for her grandson, and I said, okay. And my dad had another kid that was a baby, and so she had clothes. I guess she liked her because she was a baby. She said, look, honey, I'm gonna tell you one thing. She said, my dad, I don't want to say his name. She said, Bernie, well, I'm Janarda, he's Bernard. Okay, so she said, Bernie, that's my name. And I'm thinking, okay. That's my daddy. She was really weird. She's like, that's my man. She's like, and honey. Like, she was kind of, and honey, I don't want to play about my man. I'm very jealous of my man. I was like, but I'm just his daughter. She's like, I know, I don't care. I'm just going to keep it real. She was very real. She said, I'm just going to tell you the real. I'm jealous, and I don't like no other female, daughter or not, around my man. And I said, oh, okay. She said, yeah, so you can't stay here. You got to stay with your grandmother, but you can come and visit. I said, wow. So I walked out of that room.
And so you were staying with his mom or your mom's mom? His mom at first. At
that point, I was staying with his mom. And she was beautiful, Indian, pretty long, just a maid, real sweet, real funny, but it was a little different from, like I wasn't really used to living in the hood that tough like that, you know what I'm saying? So, but her actual personality and who she was amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Who did you start living with after you started living with her?
After my grandmother on my dad's side?
Yeah.
Then, so I ran away from there because I wasn't really familiar with, bugs, rats, roaches and stuff.
So your grandmama had bugs and rats and stuff?
No. I wouldn't exactly. Yes.
You just said it.
You wasn't used to a lot of grinding shit. Put it like that. So let's keep it real. You wasn't used to a lot of grinding shit.
How the hell you gonna say you wasn't used to it? That's why you was running away. But then when he asked you if she had them, not really. But yes, she did. Like, quit playing. You ever said I wasn't used to growing up in the hood? I grew up in LA. Well, not LA, you grew up in California.
I'm running away.
I wasn't really used to deep in the hood like that, Right. So then that's when I just ran away. I was like, I gotta get away from it. Too much.
So where do you run away to? When you run away from the hood, like, what do you run to, the suburbs? How does this work?
At this point.
Now I was 15 then. And so
I
ran away and I went to live with my grandmother. Oh Lord, thank you, Jesus.
Your mother's mom.
Yes, that was my speed. My mother's mom, Miss Jazzy. So I was over there with my mother's mom, and she had rules. So you're gonna clean up, you're gonna get up and go to school. But I was okay with that. Rest in peace. She's gone now. That was my girl. She called me girlfriend and everybody's like, how do you have this type of relationship with your daughters where you talk to them like friends and everything? I grew up around that, with my grandmother.
A lot of people, when they saw you on Lava Rose, it was like, it was almost like that was your homegirl.
Yeah, I grew up. So here's the thing. My mom was really, really, really strict. And I couldn't talk to her about boys. I couldn't talk to her about periods. I couldn't talk to her about nothing. Because serious like that, because she was so strict, I was not comfortable to talk to her about that as I got older. My grandmother, on the other hand, she was, both of my grandmothers really, even the one that was kind of hood, she was just like, you can tell, my grandmother on my dad's side, so like, you can even cuss in front of me. I never felt comfortable doing that. She was like, I want you to be yourself because I want you to be comfortable to be able to tell me whatever. And my grandmother on my mother's side, she didn't tell me I could cuss in front of her because she didn't even cuss, you know, but she said, talk to me. And she called me girlfriend and we hung out and we talked about stuff. And she taught me how to be a woman, you know, and how to do wash and all the woman things, you know. And
there's a point in the book where you meet a guy.
Yeah.
How'd you meet this guy?
So,
and this is not Rose's father. This is before you meet Rose's father.
Yes, I had 2 kids before him. They got the same father. And he was older than me, you see. Yeah, so he was 9 years older than me. I was 16, he was like 24. And he took me under his wing, you know what I'm saying? He took care of me. But I met him, I met him at he was at a basketball game, a high school basketball game.
She's doing looking for the little young girls.
Exactly.
He would have been 25.
He was at a high school basketball game. And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, oh, you know, he didn't have no business at that high school basketball game. But he came in there clean and fresh, you know, smelling good, you know, drip, as they say. But anyway, so I met him and I was like, oh, wow. So he instantly gravitated to me because I was exploring that. I had a different look, a different acting on everything. And so he was trying to talk to me. I gave him a little bit of hard time at first. And then I was like, okay. I told my friend, like, I guess so. And then he just started taking care of me and he started being my daddy instead of my, you know,
he started
taking care of me. You know, like when you're 16 years old.
She said he started being my daddy. And laughed this shit off. Benji caught that one. You're not finna just slide past it. And he gonna make her
acting on everything.
He gonna make her.
So he was trying to talk to me. I gave him a little bit of a hard time at first. And then I was like, okay. I told my friend, like,
now, crazy enough, none of us are flinching, saying, oh my God, he groomed her or not, because this shit was normal behavior 20, 30 years ago. We all know somebody that was just like that. At the basketball game, after the school, that's why us young niggas in high school couldn't get no pussy, because all the grown niggas that had graduated 3 and 4 years ago was coming up there getting. That's why. I'm just saying, nobody's shocked at this part of the story.
And so, and then he just started taking care of me, and he started being my daddy instead of my.
She said he started being my daddy instead of mine. Her sugar daddy instead of her boyfriend is what she was finna say.
I mean, you know, taking care of me. You know, like 16 years old.
I thought you said your daddy.
I did.
Oh, okay.
But not like that.
Right.
That was my man. But you know,
I got you.
You know how women say, that's my man, that's your man, you know? So, yeah, so then it was like, you know, he was, and then on top of that, he didn't put his hands on me, sweet, lovable, never called me out of my name, never called me nothing but my name, very, very respectful to me, and that's what drew me in. I was like, whoa, like, he's so sweet, you know, and taking care of me, doing all the things, but he was a hoe. That's the thing, you know, sometimes the good men, what you think is a good man, the ladies' men, the ones that's sweet and everything, but he had other females. We were young, he was still young too, and he had money and all of that, you know, back in the, you know, back then.
Right.
So that's just how it was.
So how old were you when you first had your first child with him?
I got pregnant at 16. Yeah, I had my baby at 16. I was about to turn 17.
And then how old were you when you had the second child?
19. I got pregnant. It was their back to back. I had him 19.
Okay, so to speed the story along, so what ended up happening was he ended up going to prison.
Went to the federal penitentiary.
He was a drug
penitentiary. And when he went to the prison, I just basically found out that he was having all some females coming up looking at him, seeing him and stuff. I mean, he was just females coming out the woodwork.
So he went to the federal penitentiary because, you know, he was selling drugs. But yeah, so that's what he went for. And you know, so of course, you know, I was living that life, but I ran away. I was just out here, you know.
Because when you got pregnant at 16, your grandmother was like, "You grown, you gotta go." So
my grandmother didn't take no mess, and I honestly, I respect her for that. You know, she said, "If you get pregnant, you just as grown as me. You gotta go." So she did tell me that, but she said it in a loving way. She sat me down, took me out to dinner, the whole 9 yards. And you know what's crazy? She let me come back if I needed to. And she never left me. She wanted to be hard on me because she didn't want me to keep making the same mistakes. She was hard on me because she loved me. So I'm just I'm a different type of person. I don't look at people that are strict on me as they didn't love me, or because my mother or my grandmother couldn't always see me. I lived in different states. Oh, you don't love me. You don't see the kids every other day or every week, or even if it's a year or two. Like, hey, I love you. I'm coming through. We're going to make this happen. I'm very understanding like that.
I will say his editing skills is off the chain because he has clipped a lot. I don't know where he clipped out, if it was good or not. Now, I wish I could hear the part where she said he became my daddy instead of my, because I definitely believe she said instead of my boyfriend. She used to, this nigga was her sugar daddy. He clipped some stuff out there. I definitely wish I could have heard that part. But his editing skills is up to par. Truth, what time you going live? Or are you going live? She's away from the device.
People are not understanding like that. So with that being said, you know, my grandmother, she was strict on me on certain situations, and I respect that. I'm not mad at her.
So after he goes to prison, how is your life with these two children? Your first child was a girl, correct?
Yes.
And your second child, like, was a boy?
Yes, my baby.
Oh, your baby. Yeah, you always talk about, like, you was talking about him last night on the phone with me.
He's such a good kid. I love my son. I love my daughter too. She's such a sweetheart too. We've been through girls and boys are different.
4 girls, 2 boys.
Yes, and he's so respectful, and he know like I was a good. He know what I've been through. He know I tried. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect, but I definitely tried my hardest to be.
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell she done been through so far. Now, she did say she had a situation where the dude tried something with her. He wasn't successful, but he tried. That's enough. Made her uncomfortable. Mama didn't do nothing. Mama kind of chose the nigga. She ran away. But what hardship did she have? She didn't say she was homeless. She was living with friends and shit in Beverly Hills or wherever the hell they was. Then she was able to go to houses in Ohio, where she said she went with the dad and girl. The friend that picked her up, that's weird. The friend that picked her up didn't take her in. The friend that picked her up took her to the daddy's girlfriend and the daddy, okay. All right, so the girlfriend says, now you can't stay here, but she wasn't, and she told her, you gotta go to grandma's house, but she wasn't homeless. She went to grandma's house, but she was like, it was in the hood and it was rats and ropes and rats and roaches. So she left there and went, because all these running away, she's actually going to somebody's house. She's never on the street homeless when she's doing these running aways. She's going to people's houses. So this runaway from one grandma, she went to the other grandma who was, I guess, living upscale because there was no rats and roaches that she said she could give it to. What the fuck has she been through? Now at 16, she was hot in the pants because she told y'all at 14 she was virgin, she was pure and all of that stuff. But 16, she was a little hot in the pants and got with her older man who had all the money and stuff. She fucked around and got pregnant. And I guess she said he went to jail for selling drugs, and she said she was in that life with him. But she had the other one by 19, so from 16 to 19, she was with him and she was moving a little worse. What has she been through in life? He went to jail, not her. Well, I guess it's coming. So thus far, it's normal living right now. It's 20. I forgot. There's more to the story. But she does have to meet Rose. She got 6 kids. We know of 2 of them right now. That was at the 16 and 18, 19, average back to back. But yeah, that part of the story is nothing bad's happened thus far.
They're mother to my children. So
Take us to the point to where your children's father, your daughter and your son's father are in jail.
yeah,
In the book, you said that he had put you in like basically an apartment.
yeah.
You were like living in this apartment by yourself, but you are still a young girl. So by the time you have your second child, you're like 19 years old. And then you start working all these multiple jobs trying to like make a way for yourself. How did you end up meeting Rose's father? And let's start from there.
Okay, I made it work. I figured it all out, and I had
Were you in communication with your mom at this time?
very little, very little, very little.
What was the cause? What was the purpose for that? Was she still with the dude that tried something on you?
No, she just was out doing whatever she was doing at the time. I tried to come back home, but yeah, so she always told me no. And so once I had the kids, you know, she was not really around at first. But then after I
She
had my
was back
son,
on drugs.
then I had my son, then I started coming out, and I went to California. My son was a little baby. That was the first time I had been back to California all that time. So I went to California, and no, actually I went to California one time before that. Real quick, when I was dating my kid's father, I was pregnant, and I went out there and I hung out. He paid for me to go. Then I came back to Ohio, and I had.
One thing I will say about you is you always give them hospitals, don't you? If you
You
really
gonna have a baby by somebody and struggle and not be able to.
right, this girl know how to pull a hustler. Like when I tell you, I'm like, dang.
She knows how to pull niggas that are hustlers that get them taken away from her. So her saying her having the babies and struggling, that's exactly what happens when they go to jail. That's why you just said you was working all these jobs, dude, to put you up in an apartment. And he was taking care of everything until he got locked up.
Oh, like she's been doing it her whole life.
Well, I never would want to have a baby by somebody that can't take care of the baby.
Right.
I mean, that's common sense.
Right.
But when my kid's father went to jail, to the federal penitentiary, I was doing it on my own.
Say that you met Rose's father. You're like 19 or so. You got 2 kids. And
Working 2 jobs.
you and your cousin, did you go to the grocery store, wasn't it?
Yeah, we went out one night.
So you 19 with 2 kids and you were struggling. You had a child. You had 2 kids by a man who now no longer can take care of you. That he doing a bid in the feds. See how that plan didn't work out?
We went out, and then after that, we went to the store. Like it was a little like convenience store, like a little side store. And he was in the store, and he was like, what do you want out of the store? And I'm like, the stuff that I got in the line, because we were on the line. He was like, I'll get you whatever you want out of the store. He was like, get whatever you want. And I'm thinking, okay. So my cousin's like, we need this. We need that. I'm like, whatever. I'm cool with just this, and I'm good. So he paid for my food or whatever, and then he was like, can I get your number? And I was like, I was like,
You're like 19?
Yeah.
And how old is he?
He's just like 4 years older. He wasn't that much older than me. I think he was like 5 years older than me. So Rose's dad is like 4 or 5 years older than me. So he was like, you want whatever you want out the store, whatever. So I said, yeah, whatever. So I got what I had to get, and then he was like, can I have your number? And I said, no. I said, you can give me your number, because I wasn't even sure if I was going to call him. He wasn't quite much happy.
Why you say that?
The guy I was dating, the guy I had the kids with before, he was not, he looked a little different. I don't care.
So your first kid's daddy was a looker, and Rosa's daddy, he was just like, whatever, nigga, you got some money, so give me a number.
No.
That's what it was?
No. No, what it was my people that I was with. She was like, girl, if he gonna buy you anything out of the store, you know he's gonna take care of your kids. You know he's gonna make you. Hey, you need some help. You working these 2 jobs. You falling asleep coming home from work.
And see, that's the thing. As I read this book, it seemed like the people in Ohio, that's all that was.
That's all they cared about.
Yeah, that's all they cared about. And you like, in California, where we see like,
like all the time. Exactly. And I'm like, so I was hesitant. And she told me, she was like pressing me like, you should call him. Ain't you tired of working these 2 jobs? So I said, she was like, he might be nice. And I was like, he looked kind of rough. He looked, whatever. So I went on and called him. We talked.
So what Benji said was true. Your first baby daddy was a looker because you said he had the drip and shit on. This guy you said looked rough, but you knew he had the money because he paid for your shit.
On the phone, and then he literally we talked for a few days, and he was like, "I love you," and I was like, "That's a red flag. That's a red flag." Right. Okay, you talk on the phone for somebody for a few days, and they tell you they love you. There's something wrong, because I definitely didn't love him, and it wasn't even love at first sight. You know what I'm saying? Because love at first sight, you know how when you just meet somebody like, oh God,
it's just
that attraction,
butterfly synergy.
The guy that I'm with now, it was like literally when I first saw him, we go way back from 2010, like a long time ago, right? And when I first saw him, I was like,
I feel you.
I felt a little bit more connected.
Do you feel like you're just maybe because we're like Cancer that you're just romantic like that? Like you believe in like Yeah. Okay, me too.
I'm super loving.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm naturally a loving type of person, but anyway, so we talked, whatever, and then make a long story short, we ended up going out. And when we went out, he came to pick me up. He looked like a different person. He was clean and fresh. He had on his best outfit. I naturally like nice things without knowing the name brand, a ticket, none of that, right? So I go into the store and it never fails. I'm like, darn, I kind of don't like this about myself. But I'm like, ugh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And I don't even know the ticket on it, right? The price. And I'll be like, I love this, right?
Yeah, the ticket on
I'm like, this is it. And then I put it on there. It's damn near the most expensive or very hot in the store. I'd be like, wow, like I can't.
It wasn't about the ticket price or how much it cost. It was about that's what you were
quality.
Yeah.
And so some people, we're all kings and queens. God didn't really want us to be broke and poor, disgusted, and and busted. I don't think that was his plan for us. But I do respect the fact that some people are okay and comfortable in certain situations, and I respect them. Me, myself, I never been comfortable like living in the projects. I remember when we was all young and pregnant and young, and one of my friends, more than one of my friends, and she said they were like, girl, they're giving out project vouchers. You can go and stay in the projects and this and that. And they went and they got their vouchers, and I said, I'm not going. I never went to get my voucher because my grandmother always told me that you have to work. You have to pay your way. You have to get out there and make things happen, or you got together and get with somebody and y'all have to, you can't just settle and have babies and get on welfare and be in the projects. I know.
But before renovating stuff, and you get all your kids after Rose's father, you do get on public assistance, but even that is something that you don't want to do, and you use it as a stepping stone.
There we go. Yep.
But let's get back to Rose's father. So you go on this first date, he's whining you, he's dining you, he looks like a different dude, whatever, he clean. So what's up?
So we went on a date and everything, we turned out, and I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. Like, he took me out to a nice restaurant, we ate Fridays, and
how was he getting money?
Oh, I don't know, he was working.
Oh, okay, because in the book, it seemed like he was doing a lot for a person that was like 24 years old or something. So I'm like, where's he getting all this money from to do all these things?
Well, his mother and his father had money, like, to an extent, you know what I'm saying? His mother owned houses and everything at that time. It was nice. We hung out, we went out to eat, everything. And then it started being red flags. You know, he was moving real fast, real fast. He was like, you can come and live with me. I had my car because I had bought my own car. Like I told you, I was working 2 jobs when my kid finally went to the feds. My other one.
Do you feel like the material stuff got you caught up?
Oh man, if I had it to do over and I had somebody, an adult, and I had some guidance, for sure. You know, my grandmother was doing what she could. She wasn't my mother, but she still was doing what she could. But my grandmother was kind of materialistic too, to an extent. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like my grandmother, she was, when I say materialistic, I mean like she worked her whole life. She worked. She made her money. She bought houses. Every house my grandmother ever lived in, she never rented. She bought them. And whoever she talked to, they needed to have houses and have their stuff together. Like
as I read your book, the only thing that I kept thinking of this one scene. I know you probably be like, you crazy. Like I kept thinking of this one scene from Tina Turner's movie, What's Love Have to Do with It? And the scene that I kept thinking of, and not just about your grandmother, but just about different people in your life, like your family members, was the scene where Tina was running away from Ike, and her mother told Ike where she was because Ike had gave her some money or bought her a house or something.
Yeah.
And as I read your book, I kept thinking of that scene.
Yeah, so it got to the point I didn't care about no money. I didn't care about no house. I didn't care if I had to start over. I just wanted a peaceful life that I knew that I deserved. It got past all of that. It got past what are the kids gonna do? You know, they're gonna have to struggle. I didn't care about any of that. But I also was not just a materialistic person. I like nice things, but I left all of that to start over.
Janora, tell me what happened when you met Rose's father when you were 19 years old, when you were on this first date. Tell me what happened and how it all went wrong. Just start from now.
Yeah, so we went on a date. We had a good time. He told me he was going to take me to Las Vegas. I think that was our first date.
So you had it like that. So you met this dude in like the convenience store. He was talking on the phone and stuff. He was like, yo, I'm going to take you to Las Vegas.
Yeah, he wanted to take me out of town. And he was from Ohio, so that was a big deal to take me to Las Vegas. And I'm like, okay, I think I had never even been to Las Vegas before. Even though I lived in LA, I was a kid, right? So he was like, I'm taking you to Las Vegas and everything. So make a long story short, he didn't come home that night. Well, come back that night to the hotel. And I was like, okay, but
what you mean hotel? Because right now we just talking about he gonna take you to Las Vegas. What you talking about, girl?
So fast forward, we went out, we kicked it and everything. We went to the hotel. I was like, I'm not gonna do anything with you, but he was at the hotel. He said, okay, well, I'm gonna leave.
What? Y'all kick it and go to the hotel. But you said you weren't gonna do that. Why you go there? You supposed to went home. But what's funny is she said he told her, well, I'm finna go somewhere. I'll be back. And he ain't come back. He went somewhere where he could get some pussy.
For a little while, I'll be right back. I was like, okay, cool. I said, but if I go forward, we went out, we kicked it and everything. We went to the hotel. I was like, I'm not gonna do anything with you, but he was at the hotel. He said, okay, well, I'm gonna leave for a little while. I'll be right back. I was like, okay, cool. I said, but if I go to Las Vegas, those strings attached. He's like, no, I just want to take you out. You know, you're beautiful. I want to hang out. I was like, okay, cool. And that's what he did. He didn't try anything or anything. So he left, and then he didn't come back to the next day. I woke up like, wait. So then he came back. I'm like, what's going on? So anyway, he had paid for the daycare and all of that. We ended up going to Las Vegas, and we had a really good time, actually. And I thought he was like everything. I'm like, okay, this is the guy. Like, he's from yo. You know what I'm saying? And then, boom, everything went left. Everything went left. So,
hey, lady, what's up?
So he started being possessive, over the top.
And this morning when I texted you, I had just finished reading the book. The abuse was like on another level. Like, I don't care what nobody says. Like, this changed a little bit, but he's supposed to be a pastor now. Nobody changes that much. People do change and make improvements, but I've never met nobody that changes, that goes from the person that you described in that book to what people are saying now. And so it's hard for me to understand why Rose doesn't have more of an understanding or compassion. And I would invite Rose to come on my channel to express her point of view, which is even in the book,
a lot of cutting.
He mollywopped you and stumped you like he was a dude.
Yeah, he definitely beat me pretty bad.
One time he stumped you with a steel toe boot. The time when you were in the kitchen with the gravy and all that stuff. Other than that, like the part, this man slept with your cousins, multiple cousins, friends that you invited from California.
So this is Rose Day.
So one thing led to another. I started seeing red flags, put it that way. A red flags was, like I said, it was mental, emotional, and physical abuse. I started seeing things like I would ask him about certain situations. When we had an encounter, the very first encounter we had, and we were at the hotel because we were waiting to get into our place. We were moving into a place together. He threw some food and stuff like that on me because I asked him a question. And then I kind of was like, oh no, I can't do this. That was a red flag right there. Like, you're throwing food on me. Like, I've only been knowing you for a couple months because I'm asking a question. I knew he had some type of temper and he needed help. And I said, why are you acting like this? Oh, it's just because I just don't want you to not trust me. That's how it started. And I was like, and then he wheeled me in. See, he always used to wheel me in by being super nice and sweet after he do something really messed up. You know what I'm saying? So every single time, anything that we ever went through where like I mentioned in the book, how he drowned me in the water, chased me down the street, beat me up and all of that. Like, he would, the next day, he would say, spend all that time with me and try to like show me love and buy me all kinds of stuff and, take me out to dinner, not just buy me stuff, spend time with me and everything. And in my heart, I used to be like, it never really helped. I really used to be like, I got to get out of this.
It got to a point to where you end up getting pregnant, and your first pregnancy by this guy was with Rose.
Yes.
And during this pregnancy, he was beating you and doing all kinds of stuff. Like, it was just off the chain. Like, you went to Vegas again, and oh my God, he was bringing girls along on the trips. It was just, it's a lot, y'all. Y'all read this book. This man did the most.
He was very, very, very wild. He was definitely one of the worst dudes I ever met in my life. Period. Was he a provider? Yes. Did he take care of his kids? Yes. But was he crazy? Oh, wow.
So there was a point where you go to this sports event. It was your son, your oldest son. What kind of event was this again?
My son's football game.
Okay, football game. It's a part in the book where you go to your son's football game and you have like two of your boys, right?
Yeah.
And so where were the other children at during that time?
They were at my ex-husband's mom's house.
Mom's house. And so was Rose one of those children that was at the house?
Mm-hmm. They just spent the night. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's a point that I'm making. So trust me, I get what you're going. So who was at the house? Rose and your oldest daughter?
Rose. Oh, 4 of my daughters.
Were at the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had your 2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when you tried to finally decide to get away from all this extensive abuse, you left him at the gas station.
Yeah.
You left him at the gas station.
I drove off in the car and left him.
Right, you drove off in the car, left him at the gas station, and he called his mother and told his mother, don't bring the
kids downstairs. Don't give them to Janarda. She's on her way. Don't give them to her.
But you told her, well, you have to be my oldest daughter because my oldest daughter doesn't belong to him.
Exactly.
So you had your 2 boys and your oldest daughter, and eventually your mom, she came through. Your mom came through. She sent you some money, and you just got in the car and you drove to California.
I drove all the way from Ohio, 2,000 miles.
You had your 2 sons and your oldest daughter, and so you had Rose and another girl still in Ohio, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't let them come downstairs to get in the car with me because I would take all of them to just go.
Do you feel like Rose is resentful because of that day? Because that day that you had to just try to get away, you got away with the kids that you could get away with. It wasn't like you was trying to leave the kids. It was doing the best that you could. Do you feel like the reason that you and Rose have issues today is because of that day or not?
I feel like Rose has issues with the whole situation because she thought she was living a happy suburban life with her mother and her father in a huge house with cars and all the suburban kids. And she thought that she never knew what was going on behind closed doors. So when we got divorced, it was extremely devastating to Rose because all she knew was her mother and her father, her kids, gymnastics, and her life. She didn't know none of that. And she was only
How old was Rose at the time?
She was about 8 years old.
She never witnessed any of this abuse?
My oldest daughter knew that it was abuse because she was the oldest and she was very alert and attentive. So when she'd see a cut or a bash or a knot or a black eye, she'd be like, what happened to you? And then I'd be like, oh, I bumped my head on the counter or something like that. She'd be like, first she would be looking crazy. Then one day she was like, you're not telling me the truth. That's not true. I heard you last night. I always kept my personal life private. I never wanted the world and people, and that worked. That did not work in my favor because when I left, a lot of people, including if my kids could have saw him beating on me, if everybody, I would run in the room real quick and close the door. I didn't want them to hear it. Like, okay, fight me in here, like not in front of the kids because I never saw that as a kid. I never saw fighting.
You tried to protect your kids, and you did so much,
and it did not work against me. It worked all the way against me because when I left, everybody was like, "Why did she leave?" So it seemed like nobody understood what was going on.
So what is your relationship like?
He has the link to her YouTube channel in the description of this video. I'm gonna share it out at the end of this so y'all can go subscribe to her channel if y'all interested in her story. I may subscribe myself to see what she's talking about. She's interesting. I'll give her that. She's interesting.
You said how many kids you have?
4 girls and 2 boys, 6.
So you have 6 kids. So what is your relationship like? Is your relationship the same with your other kids as this with Rose? I know your oldest son and you are like big students, but what about your other children?
Yeah, so we're good. My oldest daughter, we're good. I mean, we have our ups and downs here and there, but we're good. Rose is the next one. You already know what's up with that one. And then, so the other 3 younger ones, by him, we have a cool relationship, but the very youngest girl, she also used to come back and forth a lot, and she don't act like Rose at all. But she just, I feel like if she would have stayed with me more, she would have a little bit more stability. She's still trying to figure it out, But all my other kids besides that youngest daughter, they pretty much figured it out. Even though Rose is all crazy and everything, she does know how to, take care of herself. She's always been able to work, go to school, make money and all that good stuff, buy houses. And all of my kids are like that. So they're very, they know how to grind, make money, be independent for sure. Our relationship is good except with Rose. Me and Rose have the worst relationship. I just talked to my daughter Charm, and I talked to Michelle today. I talked to Mario today. I talked to Maki, not the youngest daughter I was telling you about. I probably talk to her, once a week or something like that, or once every 2 weeks, because she's young. She's the youngest, so she's trying to hang out.
Right.
Yeah. So, but my relationship is fine with everybody but Rose. Like Rose is definitely by far the worst relationship. But Rose also has a bad relationship with everybody else too. Just to say that. Rose is Sagittarius. She also has a real strong agitated back. She's totally different from me. She's just like her dad. And she thinks that I don't like her because she's like her dad, but that's not true. I love her. It's just that when she acts like that, it's very, nobody likes it. None of the kids like it.
Not only does she not get along with you, she does not get along with the rest of the family as well.
Yeah, she has a horrible relationship with my oldest son. She has a not too good relationship with my oldest daughter.
She said that the reason that she doesn't have a good relationship with the other children is because she had to go back and forth from Ohio or something like that.
Yeah, but if that's the case, so the ones I was with the most was the 3 oldest. Okay. The younger girl that I'm telling you about, she was with me, but my ex-husband used to keep them from me. He even went to jail one time for a whole year and didn't tell me where they were because he knew I'd come and get them. He was very, very manipulative, very evil after we got divorced. So he intentionally kept the kids from me and and it's funny because the way he did it, it wasn't in plain sight. He did it very strategically, like, oh no, I wouldn't talk about your mom, no. But you don't want to go with your mom to California because then you won't be able to go to gymnastics and you won't be able to have all these friends and you won't be able to have this good life. Your mom's struggling out there.
So why is Rose coming on here saying negative things about
because she tries to make her dad out to be a hero. She tries to make her dad out to be the good guy and me to be the bad person. When I jumped on that live with her that day, it seemed like everything was going to be okay, even though me and her relationship, it don't really be okay all the time. I still defend her. So she was like, she calls me. She said we don't talk. That's not true. She used to call me all the time before this big break fall out. And she'd be like, everybody on live is talking mess about me. They think Brett's better than me. They think this, they think that. I created this and woo, woo, woo. I created this whole scenario. And they think, and so I'd be like, you know what, Rose, don't worry about what people say. No matter what we go through, I still answer my phone, tell her encouraging words. When she has her anxiety attacks, I'm right there. Like, don't, it's going to be okay. Well, what should I do, Mom? She calls me all the time. Should I take this medicine? Is it okay to take amoxicillin? Is it okay? Like, she acts like we have 0% relationship, but that's a freaking lie. So all of that's really irritating.
You ever met your grandchildren before?
For sure. A zillion times. I have a zillion pictures.
Sure.
Yeah. The only one I have not met
I may have misjudged, Mom.
Is the newest baby by Brett. Because she moved to Arizona and then she moved to Hawaii. But
Rose said you know what I'm gonna say probably already about your husband's son and you.
Yeah.
But in the book, you said that even your husband's son was trying to be protective of you.
Yeah.
Like your stepson. Like he was like, why? I don't like the way my dad is treating you and this sort of thing. And so just to clarify to the viewers who are watching this, you and that boy didn't have any type of inappropriate relationship, correct?
Absolutely not.
So, Denarda, what do you hope people gain from reading your book?
I really wanted to write the book so that my kids can see what was going on. You know, like, I wanted them to get the story. And one day, they might read it when I'm dead and gone. You never know. But I kind of want them to
Well, clearly Rose has already read the book because she has referenced some things that you told me.
Oh, she referenced that from my videos on that I posted on at Breaking Cycles of Abuse on YouTube. So that's where she referenced that. But she does. I don't think she even read the book. If she did, I'll be surprised that she read the book. You know. So I wrote the book for people that can relate to my situation, women who's going through that type of thing, and they just feel like, man, if I leave, what am I going to be? Well, I left. And I'm a survivor. I left. I got my real estate broker license. I was a real estate agent. I did mortgage loans. I was a mortgage loan consultant. I've made money. But not only that, I've established good relationships with other people. So at the end of the day, I feel like this book, hopefully somebody can read it, relate to it, and be like, you know what? I can find the strength. And at the end of the book, I go on to tell you different ways. I meditate. I'm a vegan. I work out. I changed my life. And I've been through a lot of ups and downs since I left him. But at the end, it still was worth it. I don't care what I went through. It was worth it compared to being with him and not happy.
Denarda, before we end, is there anything that you would like to say to Rose?
Oh, I absolutely love Rose. I love Rose, and I'm very proud of some of the things that Rose has going on. I wish that we can establish a good relationship and she can leave the past behind. Me and my mom didn't have the best relationship throughout our whole life, but the way we hang out, you would never know it, because I can leave all of that behind. We only have one life and it's short. I need my mother. I need my mother's love. And, you know, I feel like Rose needs me. Her kids need me. Kids need their mother's love. So all of that crap, you know, you left my dad, but the lies, I'm not okay with. The lies, defamation of character, you know, keep it. If you're gonna tell the story, tell it right. But other than that, I love my daughter. And no matter how evil she is to me and whatever she does to me, I can forgive Rose and move on and have a good relationship with Rose if she'll let me. And I have tried. I've tried numerous occasions to have a good relationship with her. But
what is the longest period of time that Rose has actually lived with you?
Oh shoot, long time. 9, 10, 11, 12. She was in the 9th, and then adult. For about 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, so she lived with you for like 10 years straight?
Yeah, she lived after she came to California when she was in high school in the 9th grade. She stayed. Before that, she lived in California with me for a couple years. Actually, so when I came out here with them, with the 3 kids, the 2 boys and my daughter, I ended up taking my younger son back to Ohio with his dad because his dad was threatening to my son, because he just wanted to have a hold of some of the kids because he knew that would make me come back around. I'm never going to just desert my kids. So he dangled the kids and he kept the kids. He wouldn't let me keep all of them. I said, just let me keep all of my kids and give me child support. He didn't want to do that. He said, no, we're going to split them up. So I signed off to do 3 and 3. And so then they would just come back and forth, back and forth.
If Rose continues to tell stories or talk about you, how do you plan to deal with that? Well,
it depends on how severe the lies get, because that lie she told about her stepbrother, nobody in the family. Oh gosh. So yeah, the lies is bad enough, but when you lying as if I did something so severe as to do something with my stepson, that right there, that can make me go to court, literally. So she got to stop playing with it. She has to stop playing with it, because that right there, I'm trying to be a mother. I'm trying to be cool about it, but when you're lying that to that extent, I can take it a step further, because that's definitely.
Besides having just anxiety, does Rose have a mental disorder?
Rose has anxiety, and Rose, she flips out. She can, and that's the thing. She can be real cool one minute, and I love hanging out with Rose sometimes. We'll go do. I don't know why she'd be lying to y'all. We'll go and do mother-daughter stuff, get our nails and stuff done, have our little mimosas and all that, and then the next, it could be the next hour, Rose will flip out.
Do you like Brent? It's really yes or no. It's no, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. When Rose was about to get married to Brett, she called me. She said, "Mom, I don't know, should I marry Brett? You know, a lot of people that on the internet and everybody saying, you know, you're supposed to be with a black man, this, that, and the third. And I told her like this, I said, it's not about color. Do you love him? Is he treating you right? That's what it's about. I said, if you love him, and Brett is very patient. That's what I love about Brett. He's patient when it comes to Rose. Nobody can deal with Rose, not even her first husband. I like Brett, but I don't like the way Brett.
Please explain about the first husband. Please explain.
Does everything for Rose like a little puppy nowadays.
Subscribe to
You
her
don't
channel.
like the puppy Brett.
Why don't you like that about this man that's like bowing down to your daughter?
No, he can bow down to her, but don't go along with her lies. Like, I think everyone's been telling me that he hasn't been. They were like, she tried to get Brett to tell a lie about you, and Brett was like, he didn't, and that's why she got mad, because she wanted Brett to lie and say all these things about me.
Brett cheated on Rose?
I don't know. I'm not in their business like that. I heard some things.
What you hear?
Who said nothing?
Do you know anything about these people saying that Brett has run along with her? You know, or knowing about her being with other men with money and stuff like that?
Oh, I heard about that.
Janana,
I don't think
you said everything else. You said everything else in this interview. Girl, you must
let me tell you something, and I got the tea, but no, I have the tea, but I don't want to. I don't want to spill it. So when you have your interview with Rose, if she come for me too hard, then I might have to spill the tea. But I just don't want to spill the tea. I know.
You've already spilled it.
Because no. Let me explain to you why I say that. Rose is lying when she tells you she don't talk to me and all of that. Y'all, everybody knows Rose talks to me. Now, since this little incident happened, we've been getting.
Do you feel like she's doing it just for the money though? Like to get this money
She's
from
doing too much. She's doing way too much. She's letting that money and all that stuff go to her head. And
so basically, you know about Rose going with other men and stuff, rich men and stuff, while she would break along with it. You know about it.
In the beginning?
I ain't asked you all in the end.
They only been together 3 years in the beginning. But you're not supposed to talk about it because it's your daughter. That's why you're not supposed to talk about it. You're like, it's my daughter, nigga.
I told her it was not okay. I told her that was not okay.
Wow. So Brett was with.
He
knew about her tricking with other dudes.
I don't say the word tricking.
She was tricking. She was tricking.
Oh, that's that makes sense when Tasha said he know how to work a hoe. That's it makes sense now. Oh,
she went tricking. He knew about her tricking with other dudes.
I don't say the word tricking.
He was tricking. She went tricking. She went tricking. They was tricking. You said a few minutes ago that your daughter talked to you. Do you know any truth about Rose tricking with other men, or the other men tricking off on Rose while she was with Brett? That's all I'm asking you. Come on, man.
I'm just gonna tell you this simple.
What's up?
And I don't really care about this on my book. My book, God's gonna take care of that. God's gonna take care of that.
Y'all go run her up. Go run her up. Y'all go run her up.
But what I can say is Rose told y'all that, and she told y'all the truth of the beginning. Not since they've been married and all of that, but in the beginning, after 9, Rose used to dance. And I wasn't okay. And just for the record, I wasn't okay with that. But she did, and I talked to her. And actually, part of the reason she don't probably is from me.
Does Brett have a daughter?
Yeah, he got a pretty little girl.
Oh, so he do have the little girl. Did he hide the little girl or no?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know 100%. I know what Rose told me. So basically, he had a little girl. The little girl, mom, I think they're Indian. The little girl's from an Indian reservation. And he was with the mom, and then the mom took the daughter away, because I don't know, Brett probably wasn't doing what she wanted him to do as far as the relationship thing. And I think she took the baby away, and he wasn't really seeing his daughter. And I think he had seen her before, but he wasn't seeing her. So Rose, she did, encourage, because we do, because she know we deal with our kids. We don't not deal with our kids, I deal with, So she knows that that's what a woman's supposed to do. I dealt with step kids. So when I first met Brett, I liked Brett. He was nice. He was always real quiet when I very first met him. And before marriage and all of that, and kids. And he would come around, we all hang out. We did Thanksgiving dinner. Sometimes we all come to Rose's house. Christmas, we all cooked. We all have cooked and listened to music, and we kicked it like that on all the holidays. And Brett used to be around. That's why Brett pissed me off when he said he only saw me once or twice. He a damn lie. I know Brett. I used to spend the night at their house for weeks and weeks and weeks, and Brett be right there. So anyway, Rose.
Let me just tell Rose this. Let me just say this to Rose. Like, I would love for Rose to come and just give her side of the story, how she feels too. Like, it's not like
for Rose to chill out. Let yesterday. If I don't care how you feel about the divorce, all this crazy stuff. Girl, if you release and let it go, you will be so surprised how much happier your life will be.
Do you feel like it's a money move though? Do you feel like Rose is doing what she got to do to get that bag?
Some of it has gone to her head, but Rose has always been fire.
Not get triggered what I'm gonna ask you. Are you jealous of Rose's success?
No. Why? For what? Let me explain something to you. First of all, I had a daughter before Rose that was actually success in real life. I understand nowadays.
What you mean in real life? You say Rose ain't successful in real life? What's up?
No. I mean, like, as you see her perform, like, Rose is successful from social media. My other daughter was successful from writing music. She's a singer and a songwriter. I managed her career. If I was jealous of my daughter's being, and she was pretty too.
People don't think that you're jealous of Rose's looks. People are they think that maybe you're jealous of something else. I don't think that anybody thinks that you're.
Do you see how I'm living? My house is a little young. Do you? I don't know.
No, because you blew it. You blew everything. No, I can't see.
Let me unblur. How do I unblur this? I don't know if you. I'm trying to unblur. I want you to understand that
you get to the money, right?
No.
Oh, there you go.
No, period. Let me explain something to you. I have always been a go-getter. That's where Rose got me. I have been a loan officer closing deals. I'm a real estate broker now. I live in an amazing community. I'm just trying to show you. I have a Mercedes truck. Jason, what? I'm successful too. That's where she got it from. Do you understand? I want all of my kids to be successful. I want you to be successful, and I don't even know you.
I am successful.
Exactly. I gotta have. Listen, sweetheart. Listen. Let me fix this. Not only do I look good.
I'm gonna hang on you for that. Not only you successful.
Look good.
That's gonna make them hate you right there. That's gonna make them hate you right there.
Well, not only do I, and they gonna talk about me touching my hair. Not only do I, wait, hold on. Not only you were
Is it all natural?
All natural.
Oh,
not no surgery. Never. I'm scared of. Ask Rose. She knows. So let me tell you.
Are you gonna be there for Rose? Because I think she's gonna tummy tuck in her rest done. Did she get her tummy tuck this month or no?
I really don't want her to get any of that done, but like I told her, she's beautiful without all of that. She knows Rose has been working out her whole life.
I think that Rose is beautiful. I think the only reason I can see her getting a tummy tuck just for the stretch marks, but as far as the breast and stuff, I think that Rose is fine the way she is. I think she's a pretty girl.
I do too. I think Rose is absolutely beautiful, smart, intelligent. And you know one thing I really love about Rose?
What's up?
I love the fact that she knows how to put it together. That's where she helped Brett. See, with Brett, he knows how to work. He has his CDLs, he knows how to drive trucks and all of that. Brett knows how to get his money. He's never needed Rose. But Rose always knows how to get hers too.
What I'm asking you is, do you think that Rose took Brett to another level?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all I wanted from you.
If you knew me and you Googled me, then you would know. Why would I be jealous of my own daughter? Listen, Benji, I really would like to say I appreciate you having me on today. And I do appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk about my book a little bit. And I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it can help other women and other people just to know that live in your truth, and it's okay. Almost everybody you know has a story.
What was it you were telling me on the phone about somebody calling you or something about a big attorney or something? What was that about?
Oh yeah, so some girl called me and said that Rose had her to pretend like she was an attorney to tell me to stop talking about her on the internet because she didn't want it to mess up her what is this called? Her story. I guess me telling the truth, you know how Kendrick say, don't tell lies about me and I won't tell the truth about you. So me telling the truth about her made her get a fake attorney. The girl called me and she told me, I'm so sorry Rose had me do this. But make a long story short, she was upset with Rose because Rose didn't shout her out and do whatever she was supposed to do. But at the end of the day, Rose still had her to call, harass me, get up under my pictures and say all kinds of stuff, get up under my posts. And she told me that Rose she calls and has a bunch of people doing that. And that's why I turned some of my comments off on my page because people are going crazy talking about all kinds of things.
Do you think that Rose and Brett have storylines, or is what Rose is saying is true then about their relationship and the ups and downs?
Some of it is true and some of it is storylines. But I mean, they have had ups and downs. I mean, most relationships do. But and reality is, I actually really like Brett. I mean, you know, he's so sweet. He deals with a lot of stuff. He's such a sweetheart. He's a very nice person. I don't like the way he gets on here and lies, but of course he has a storyline in Rose. He has to live with Rose. So he can get on there all day and say, I met your mom. Your mom's cool. I like your mom. Because me and Brett, we vibe. He's been in California, stayed at my house, been out to eat, spent the New Year's, and we all hang out, okay? So at the end of the day, Brett can tell that lie because Rose is putting a gun in his head because that's his wife. He don't have to come home with me. So I get it, but I don't, you know?
So in conclusion, Janarda, I want to say thank you so much, beautiful, for giving me the time of day, even, you know?
Let me share this out. I'm gonna subscribe to her channel. I got to subscribe to it from the description box myself. I think I misjudged Mom. I still don't like that line where she said successful in real. I had a daughter before Rose who was successful in real life. But no, she actually is at the end of this is I love Rose. She was very complimentary of Rose. So yeah, I think I misjudged her. I did. Oh no, I guess you gotta read the book to see the level of abuse she went through. Huh?
Read the book.
Did I read the book? Nah, I ain't gonna read the book. Hell no. Now listen. Well, how much you say the book was? $5? I think they said the book was $5. I could get it, but I'm probably not.
$5.
Hey, I think it's a $5 book. They said something like that. Your mic is acting up.
Is it? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. How about now? Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. Oh shit, she got more video. I just subscribed to her. Hold on. No, let me see what I can say something now.
What you want to say?
I guess it's just, I don't know. Your icon been gone for a minute. It could be internet connection now, but the echo pod is gone. Ooh.
Oh.
Lies and defamation of character is not acceptable. Queens of Kings, honor your mother. I'm subscribed to her channel officially. We got 14 videos. This ain't 14. Oh, shorts. Okay. What time you going live, Truth? Or are you going live?
12.
12 o'clock. Okay, y'all. Well, see y'all. You said who?
You'll take a damn nap. I said, you'll take a nap.
Man, I'm stretching. I'm stretching now. I'm gonna make sure I don't.
You're alive.
I ain't gonna take no nap. I'm not. Get to the next episode. Stop harassing me, Terry. I'm going to human resources.
No, niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't want no smoke. They saying my name, look in the mirror. Shout it 3 times and I might appear. These niggas is lame, die for the fame. Rerouted my ship like a buccaneer. I play my position, trust my intuition. Move when it's time like the minute hand. I'm snoozing the clock, I be tired, man. I run up the check like a Nike fan. I get it to go, I Uber my eats. Bread on the move, the debit truck. Say what you want, I'm making my plays. I'm deaf to the drama, I don't give a fuck. I blocked out the chatter, my pockets got fatter. I'm serving them up like a tennis ball. I'm close to the net, I can't hear it all. I'm killing them easily, fentanyl. I carry my cannon cause niggas be plotting. Watching and planning, they wildin' out. You thinking it's sweet, get tricked off the streets. No pussy, they be only dialing out. The harder the head, the softer the air. Grandmama told you, go take a seat. I'm pinching my pennies, I wanted a Benner. You rapping and broke, boy talking cheap. Speaking in riddles, your
vocab is little, passing out threats like a python. What you saying is cap, tag on your head, shooting your code with a price gun. They claiming they grown, but ain't got their own. A clone with a phone, pocket down. In all of the movies, the villain gon' die. Him all alone, Joker smile. No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Nigga don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't joke no more. No, oh, no, oh, oh, no. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't want no smoke. No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't joke no more. No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't want no smoke.
His mama died, he apologized. He's not who he's televised. I tell a lie, just a lie, a lie. His pants on fire, no lie, a lie. Fuck friends, fuck family, fuck niggas, a lot of enemies. He go back and forth with the best of them. Straight drop, he tested them. All my niggas, they gang bang. If you don't see me with him, we insane gang. Number one rule, no hating, man. Niggas man about donations, man. No, 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 no. JJ ain't pull up yet. Nike on my feet, he ain't got no check. Pussy ass niggas still living no smoke.
Don't want no more. Certified student, grip the Mac like a pro. Post it up, pocket full of dimes at the store. Mr. Double Up, got nothing for the low. Close out, sell, everything gotta go. Yes, sir, everything gotta go. I used to be cool with a nigga from the south, but he always run his mouth packing just like a hoe. Now what, bitch? Put it all on the floor. Better watch your mouth, cause you know you a hoe. Dressing all black, 3 killers at the door. Make a ghost at the mob, bitch, I really want to smoke. Now what, nigga? You a pussy, you a joke. Sending 4 shots like a nigga ripping coke. Dressing all black, 3 killers at the door. Make a ghost at the mob, bitch, I really want to smoke.
No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Nigga don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't joke no more. No, oh, no, oh, oh, no. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't want no smoke. No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't joke no more. No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't want no smoke.